Hi, good morning, you Photon kids. How are you today? We are back into my class today with Madam Sia. Hopefully by now you have gotten your Get Smart Plus 4, which we are going to go into today. We are going to cover Module 1, Where Are You From? And the section is Our World, which is on pages 8 to 9. So grab your books, get ready with your pencil and module. Let's go! Alright, before we start our lesson today, let's look at our learning outcomes. Okay, number one, we are going to talk about habitual actions, things that we do every day, things that you do almost every day, and things that you never do. Alright, so we are going to talk about this later. Okay, number two, we are going to use adverbs of frequency in short sentences to describe habitual actions. Now, what are adverbs of frequency? Apa yang teacher cakap ni? I'll explain in our lesson today. Okay, so stay tuned and don't move. But before we start our lesson, let's warm up a little bit first. Do you still remember what you learned last week? Apa yang kamu belajar last week? What do you call the people who came from the UK? Correct, they are called the British. Okay, and people from Malaysia, we call them Malaysian. Next, the people from the US, we call them American. And people from Mexico are Mexican. People who came from Brazil, we call them Brazilian. And people who come from China are called Chinese. So do you still remember what we call people from Korea? Yes, very good. We call them Korean. Okay, warming up is done. Now, before we start reading, we are going to stretch our tongues a bit and learn some of the new vocabularies. Okay, let's go. Let's say the word first. Ice skating rink. Ice skating rink. Now, ice skating rink is a place where you ice skate. Okay, kamu meluncur ice. Have you been to an ice skating rink before? Pernah pergi? Our next word is ice skate. Ice skate. Now, ice skates are special shoes that you wear when you go ice skating at the ice skating rink. Okay, kasut khas ni kita pakai bila pergi meluncur ice di gelanggang ice skating. Okay. Our next word for today is play chess. Play chess. Look at the two girls in the picture. They are playing chess. Do you like to play chess? Look at the boys in the picture. What are they doing? They are playing football. Football. Do you like to play football? Even girls can play football, you know. The last word on our list is play badminton. Play badminton. I like to play badminton. Do you? So, are you ready to read and meet Megan and Pablo? Let's go! Okay, open your Get Smart Plus 4. Turn to page number 8 and look at this page.
One. What do Megan and Pablo do every day? Listen and read. Social studies.
A day in the life of a figure skater. Megan, 9. Megan usually goes to the ice skating rink at 6:30 in the morning. She goes to school at 7:45. After school, she does her homework. Megan sometimes watches TV after dinner. She always goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night.
Alright, did you like reading about Megan? Now, when does Megan usually go to the ice skating rink? What time did she go? Yes, she goes to the ice skating rink at 6:30. When does she go to school? She goes to school after that, which is at 7:45. 7:45 itu pukul berapa? Good, 7:45. Okay, what does she do after school? Look at the text again. Yes, very good. After school, she does her homework. What does Megan do after dinner? Yes, she watches TV after dinner. And finally, what does she do at 8 o'clock at night? Very good, everyone. She always goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night.
A chess player. Pablo, 10. Pablo goes to school at 8:15. After school, Pablo doesn't go home. He always goes to the chess club and plays chess. He usually goes home at 6 o'clock in the evening. After he does his homework, Pablo has dinner. He sometimes plays chess on his computer. Pablo usually goes to bed at 9 o'clock.
Now, let's talk about Pablo. When does Pablo go to school? Yes, he goes to school a little bit later than Megan. He goes to school at 8:15, at 8:15. What does Pablo do after school? He doesn't go home, does he? Yes, he always goes to the chess club to play chess. When does he usually go home? After playing chess, he usually goes home at 6 o'clock in the evening. When does Pablo have dinner? Yes, he only has his dinner after he finishes his homework. And finally, when does Pablo usually go to bed? He usually goes to bed a little bit later than Megan. He goes to bed at 9 o'clock. What about you? What time do you go to bed? So what was the value from this lesson? Okay, we learned that we must engage in hobbies for a healthy mind and body. But of course, our hobbies must be healthy hobbies. Don't put eating junk food and watching TV all day as your hobby. Okay? Now let's try this activity. This activity is in your Get Smart Plus 4 book, page 9. Alright, read again and answer the question. Number 1, does Megan go to school at 20 to 8? No, she doesn't. So how do we answer this kind of question? There are 4 types of answer that we can provide. We say yes, she does, and yes, he does when we want to affirm something, when we want to say yes, when we want to agree with the question. Or we can answer no, she doesn't, or no, he doesn't when we want to disagree with the question. When do we use she and when do we use he? As you can see, I have highlighted she in pink because she is for girls and he is for boys. Therefore, I highlighted he in blue. Try to answer questions 2 until 6 in your module. Now, did you notice when you were reading about Megan and Pablo that there are these curious words in the text? They are always, usually, sometimes, and never. What do you think they mean? Listen very carefully now. I'm going to explain about the adverbs of frequency that I mentioned earlier in the lesson. Alright, you are going to learn these 4 adverbs of frequency, which shows you how frequent something happens, how often something happens, berapa kerap dia berlaku. Alright, number 1 is always. Always means it must happen, no matter what, rain or shine. Okay, Dad always comes home at 5 o'clock every day. Meaning to say at 5 o'clock, your father is going to walk in through the door. That is always. Okay, and then number 2, usually. Usually means that there are 1 or 2 days when that thing doesn't happen. You can say that Dad usually comes home at 5 o'clock in the evening, but today he comes home at 7. Okay, so meaning to say on occasional situation, something doesn't happen. Then you have sometimes. Sometimes my aunt comes and visits us at home. Okay, so you say that sometimes your aunt comes to visit you at home. It doesn't happen always, but sometimes. Maybe once in a year, maybe twice in a year. It doesn't always happen, but it happens once or twice. Okay, and then there is never. Never means there is no chance in the world, there is no chance at all, 0% chance of all of it ever happening. It's not going to happen. Nuh-uh, no. I am never going to eat a cat, for example. So let's see if you can understand what I explained to you just now. Let's try this exercise. Listen to the audio and try to fill in the blanks with always, usually, sometimes, or never. You may use the words only once. This exercise is also in your Get Smart Plus 4 book, page number 9, and it is also in your module.
3. Listen and write always, usually, sometimes, or never. 1.
Hey Ryan, hey Harry. What are you doing after school? Do you want to come to the shops with me?
Sorry, Jenny. We can't come. We have chess on Thursdays.
We usually have chess on Thursdays, Ryan, but today is Wednesday.
So can you come?
Of course we can.
2.
Hi, Jane.
Oh, hi, Craig. What's that?
Oh, this is my new computer game, Tiki's Adventure. Do you want to come over to my house and play with me?
Sorry, Craig. I can't. I never play computer games after school. I always do my homework after school. I always play computer games at the weekend.
Oh, okay. Do you want to come on Saturday then?
Sure.
3.
Hey, Justin. Where's Faye?
What time is it?
It's 4:30. Why?
Faye always ice skates at 4:30.
Let's go watch her ice skate.
That's a great idea.
4.
Hello, Mrs. Carter. Is Rob home?
I'm sorry, Claire, he's not here. He sometimes goes skateboarding at the park on warm days.
Oh, yeah. My brother sometimes goes skateboarding with him. Thank you, Mrs. Carter. Bye.
Did you get them all correct? Good job. So, do you know how to use these words now? Test yourself in the next activity. Our next task is also in your Get Smart Plus 4 book. It is on page number 9. Read the questions and answer about yourself. Tick in the right boxes. Ask yourself, do you get up at 7 o'clock? If you always do it, tick at always. If you never get up at 7 o'clock, tick under never. Now, you may choose to complete page number 9 in your Get Smart Plus 4, but you may also complete page 5 of your module. It is the same list, only slightly longer. Did you complete the list? Good. Now use the information to talk about your day. Let's take this for example. Alright, as you can see, for each activity, I only tick one box. Alright, and then you talk about your day in 4 sentences. I want 1 for always, 1 for usually, 1 for sometimes, and 1 for never. Okay, I'll give you an example. I usually get up at 7 o'clock. I sometimes play football. I never play chess. I always do my homework after school. That's it. Send your voice note or videos to me. Okay, now that the lesson is over, we are going to list down all your homeworks that you need to send and submit to me. Okay, don't worry. You don't need to submit all of this today. It's for the 3rd of February until the 10th of February. Okay, until next week on Wednesday. So you have a lot of time to do it. Number 1, record a voice note or a video recording of you talking about your day from the table earlier. Okay, tugasan yang baru tadi. Upload the voice note or video in the Google Classroom assignment link that I will provide later. Okay, number 2, page 1 of the module. Okay, check out your module. Page number 1, fill in the blanks in the sentences with am, is, and are. Alright, and then number 3, page 2 and 3 of your module. Okay, remember when we read about Megan and Paulo earlier, I asked you questions after we read the text, right? So actually those are the questions that we are going to answer in the module. So you might want to rewind the video and watch it again. Okay, the last part of your homework is page number 4 of your module. We have already done this also. We have already discussed this earlier. And you may rewind the video and play it again to check your answer. Alright, and then these are the things that you must do. Number 1, upload your finished assignments onto the Google Classroom. The link to submit the task will appear one by one. I won't set them all together at once. Dia tidak akan keluar semua sekaligus. Okay, it will come out gradually, pelan-pelan, satu-satu akan keluar. Okay, number 3, you can do it at your own pace as long as you get it done by our next class. Okay, boleh buat pelan-pelan. So don't worry about if it is too much for you. Okay, especially the written task, terutamanya tugasan bertulis. Okay, you finish the video first, the voice note task first. Alright, and lastly, my advice to you is to do one task every day so that you will get everything done by our due date next week. Alright, okay, that's all for today, kids. See you next week. Don't forget to do all of your homeworks. Bye bye.